Hello and welcome to your astrology forecast for September 2022. I'm your host, Anna, and I'm with Pink Cloud Art. So we're going to be making 2 sword necklaces today while we discuss what's in store for us this coming September. So we're going to start with September 2nd. So on this day, Mercury in Libra will be opposing Jupiter in Aries. So you want to be careful and not overpromise anything. You also don't want to be too gullible. You don't want to buy into anything that anybody's trying to sell you. So if it sounds too good to be true, that could very well be the case. And in addition to this, Mercury will be going retrograde later on in this month in the sign of Libra, so anything that you may overpromise right now could definitely come up later during the retrograde, so just kind of do your future self a favor and maybe take it easy in the beginning of this month. Then on September 3rd, we will have a moon in Sagittarius opposing Mars in Gemini, so you might be feeling a little bit irritable. It might be, again, another good day to just lay low. Like I said, the beginning of September is going to feel a little bit tense. That kind of happens in Virgo season. We kind of realize all the work that has to be done, and it all kind of just hits us at one time. So it's okay. Again, go easy on yourself. There's a lot going on in the mutable signs this month. So especially if you have placements in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, you might be feeling this a little bit more. So again, the world is not really falling down. You have it under control. Just take a deep breath, maybe take some alone time, and it will pass. And then before I continue, as I mentioned, the beginning of this month is going to feel a little bit overwhelming. And over the course of the month, I feel like there's a little bit of a theme of a little bit of stress and pressure, and then it kind of lightens up for a bit. And then there's a little bit more pressure, and then it kind of lightens up. So just really try to go with the flow the best you can. Mutable energy, that's what they're good at. They can take whatever life throws at them. So just try to take a little bit of a note from them because we're kind of going to have no other choice. So on the 7th and 8th, we are going to have Moon in Aquarius trine Mercury in Libra. So like I mentioned, Libra Mercury at this point will be in its shadow period, which means it's about to station retrograde. So there is still an element of not wanting to take anything too much at face value because we're just not getting the whole picture right now. Because that's what happens when a retrograde happens. You have to kind of live through it, and it will show you something, reveal something to you by the end of it. So we're going to be starting it, like I said, here on the 7th. And we might get a little glimpse, a little taste of what's to come. And with the moon in Aquarius trining Mercury here, there's a really good opportunity for kind of going inward on a really emotional level, which could be a little tricky since we are dealing with air signs here, and they're typically a little more logical, a little bit less associated with things like sensitivities and emotions and things like that. They look at things through a more rational perspective. But that could be helpful at this time. So definitely take a look at where Aquarius and Libra are in your chart, and you can get an idea of what themes are going to be really popping up for you at this time. So then on the 11th, the Sun in Virgo will be trine Uranus in Taurus. This is a little bit more of an auspicious energy, given Uranus is a little bit unpredictable, but it's been in Taurus for a while now, so you might already have some idea of where that sort of unexpected energy is taking place in your life. So it shouldn't hopefully take you too much by surprise. But trines are typically a little bit more easygoing aspects to work with. And with the sun in Virgo, we could maybe use a little bit of sunshine. So I think this will give us a little bit more hope, whereas Saturn has been kind of showing us everything that's wrong and that we need to be fixing right now, and along with the Virgo energy. I think having this trine here will help us to look ahead a bit more and realize that maybe we can actually handle this after all. And then on the 12th, we have the moon in Aries trine Saturn in Aquarius. So again, we have another trine, and Saturn, like I said, it's been feeling a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, and applying a lot of heat and pressure. So having a trine here is super, super helpful. Sorry, my phone started ringing. I don't know if you guys could hear that. But anyways, having a trine here is super, super helpful. And the moon in Aries, once again, will give us a little extra boost of energy and encouragement that we could all really, really use by this point. Now, on the 14th, we have our moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. And this, once again, conjunctions can go either way. Either way, it's a lot of pressure being applied, good or bad. So it'll be really helpful to look at where Taurus is in your chart to give you a little heads up of where you might be having a little extra focus on the 14th, on or around the 14th of this month. Either way, it will be good to avoid intense emotional reactions to anything. Try your best, because there might be unexpected things that maybe trigger some sort of really big reaction out of you. So just tread lightly, especially coming after such a more peaceful time. Don't take the bait at this point. Now, on the 16th, I'm not gonna lie, it might feel, it's another one of those days where frustration may be a little bit high. So as long as you just plan ahead for it, you should get by relatively unscathed. Sun in Virgo will be opposing Neptune in Pisces. So just try to find the balance between healthy critiquing when it comes to yourself and letting yourself relax. You don't want to overdo it on the work front, but you also want to make sure that you're getting everything covered and dotting all of your I's and crossing all of your T's. So just try to find that healthy balance between whatever it is your goals are and letting yourself just relax and play and enjoy yourself and be creative and all of those fun things that Neptune in Pisces really, really wants us to do. And we will also have Venus in Virgo squaring Mars in Gemini. So we're going to have a little bit of an annoying thing happening here with Mars and Venus, which are two very different planets in the first place. So just try to be patient with other people. Venus, has to deal with our relationships. Mars can trigger a short fuse in us. So, don't be too overly critical with your loved ones. Once again, that seems to be a common theme this month. Show them some patience. Show yourself some patience. And, whatever you're having to face right now, you're going to grow from it. And then on the 18th, we're going to have Mercury retrograde in Libra, once again opposing Jupiter in Aries. So remember I said, be careful not to overdo it or overpromise. This is when you might start to feel the results of anything that was going on or around the 3rd of the month. Once you get to the 18th, you're going to start to see what's coming back up for you, what is resurfacing. So, if it's kind of an annoying lesson, just try to take it on the chin. And here on the 19th, we're going to have a little bit of a breather. The moon in Cancer will be sextile Venus in Virgo. So Venus doesn't really like to be in the sign of Virgo. It's a bit challenging. So having the moon in Cancer sextile will really give us a little bit of a softness that we'd been missing for most of the month. It's kind of like a little bit of a remedy for all of that tension and worry that we've been experiencing. And then the 23rd is kind of an eventful day. So we have the sun in Libra. It had just entered Libra at this point, and it will be conjunct Mercury retrograde in Libra. And this will all be happening as Mercury is re-entering the sign of Virgo. And then when that happens, the moon will be entering Virgo as well. So busy sky that day. There's going to be a lot of transitioning happening. So on the 23rd, it will be very helpful to look at where that Libra Virgo transition happens in your chart, because it's going to be kind of popping off around that day. So with the sun there, there's going to be maybe some light being shed on some Mercury retrograde themes that are going on that you've been a little bit confused about, especially with it re-entering the sign of Virgo. Virgo kind of holds up a magnifying glass to anything that it touches. And then having the moon enter Virgo as well, I think that there might be some serious revelations happening. And then on the 25th, we will have our new moon in Libra. So maybe some endings wherever Libra is in your chart. It could also have to do with relationships, since Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet that deals with such things. And then on the 29th, Venus will be entering Libra as well. So probably a lot more focus on the more social aspects of our lives, and a lot more focus on things like comfort and beauty, things like creativity, anything like that might be really healing and beneficial for us at the end of the month. And overall, the end of the month will be a little bit more gentle than the beginning. So just remember that if you're ever feeling stressed, remember that the end will feel like a nice little pillow, hopefully, for us. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please give this video a like and a subscribe if you're feeling exciting today. And also please check out my jewelry website, pinkcloudart.bigcartel.com, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you, and toodaloo.